by Lionel Cole. Got himself some Youth Cup goals this season, as too as Nathaniel Chalobah on the ball there. Good in the first Chelsea scored in this cup run back at Sunderland last year. Lovely ball into Lalkovic, great chance. Great save to match too.
Didn't he well there? We talked about and bang on target.
Scored a whole heap of goals this season for reserve and youth teams, Milan Lalkovic, but last round here against Watford he just couldn't. Long effort here, ambitious, not that far off target in the end either.
Yeah, it's keen, isn't it, with the
It'll either be Stamford Bridge or Old Trafford to finish. It's Lionel Cole, very dangerous player, been touching a little bit on our rival station, and he's a good-looking player. So too Will Keane. He's got inside a corner there. Scored a few Youth Cup goals before. Pogba to Keane. Nice idea, trying to bring Tunnicliffe into it. Even nicer from Josh McEachran though. Bobby Devine. Lalkovic will get there, and he's onside. Needs some help or an option in the middle. He goes for a cross-come shot, and Diti was the closest blue shirt to it.
That's not bad from Lalkovic, is it? Just a little bit.
That includes the first 5 when it started in the 50s. Once with George Best in the 60s, and then 3 more recently. George Saville. Chalobah, a little bit complacent. It's turned out nice though for Adam and Diti. We can't be challenged here in Diti. We can't find a net either.
He's unlucky because he couldn't quite get the ball out of his.
McEachran turned himself into trouble, and Tunnicliffe has pinched it off him. Got Will Keane in front of him, and more arriving. This is Lingard coming from deep and shooting pretty well, and well caught too, Jamal Blackman, who I saw have a blinder at the weekend. The youth team beat. Todd Kane's keeping his eye on him. Like to see your wide men wide.
15 minutes has gone very, very quickly, Ben, as well, hasn't it? Which tells you it's a decent enough match, and both sides asking 1 or 2 questions of each other. Here goes Aziz Conte.
Excellent ball in, excellent chance. Oh, Lalkovic couldn't quite wrap around it. Fantastic run up from left back. Just talking about it a moment ago. That was a real burst. Chelsea corner only, could easily have been a goal.
What turn of pace. Great ball in as well from Team Conte. Lalkovic is a little bit unlucky. There's a deflection as it goes through.
In comes the corner. Not a good one. Clear fight. Tunnicliffe. Kane. Plenty of time and space. And shoots from a long way out.
Yeah, it's a long way. I don't think this is anything that really troubled the goalkeeper. Just thought as he was taking the shot, was there really any need to take it very hard and solid?
Pogba doing some defending there. He did it well. Gifted to Aziz Dean Conte, and Chelsea have men up. Can Dean Conte find any? Can he find a good cross again? He's just run into a bit of a brick wall, but he's kept hold of it. Might have to take the corner now if he can get it. All the way home to Chalobah. That's wide. Not troubling Johnston at all.
Yeah, amazing here. Talk about players making the right decision. Good. Unfortunately, from our point of view, it's nice to have bodies back in the right positions, but good strike by Ryan. Devine again. It's gone a bit deeper today, and the runs are working. Lalkovic saved with the feet by Johnson. It's another corner. Bobby Devine's having a good game. He's looking good, nice and positive. Again, it's his pace that takes him away from defenders, or on this occasion, midfield players. He sees the gap. That's a lovely little slide rule pass that's weighted to perfection for Milan to take on. Swivel, turn, shoot. Saved a la Van der Sar, wasn't it? Usually uses his feet. Good delivery. Johnson came, didn't grab it. It's in! And Chelsea lead. It's Chalobah again. 3 Youth Cup goals for the centre-back. And having done so well, Sam Johnson, 2 or 3 top saves in this game. That is a costly flap. Nice ball by the goalkeeper. He knows he's made the mistake. He's dropped the ball. He's in a hurry to try and pick it up. It's one of those situations where you just want it to drop to one of your players. It does quite nicely for Nathaniel Chalobah. Having a couple of ricochets off a couple of Manchester United defenders on his way down. Chalobah just in the right spot at the right time. He's fortunate, but I tell you what, we'll take it anyway.
And there's no question of any fouling. You often look and see it, but actually, Will Keane, his centre forward, is right in his way, and he can't get round him. I think both sides have looked good, but if anything, Chelsea's certainly the better, and no more than they deserve, Clive, a third of the way through this game.
I think we've had more possession. I think we've looked the better and more positive on the two sides. Having said that, Manchester United are the away team. You would expect them to counter-attack, which they have done. Jamal's not been called into action too often, and I think most of the stuff in and around the penalty area has been a positive move from Chelsea. Just a question of, can we build on this now?
Pogba's foul on McEachran, two of the celebrated players here, and it comes from McEachran. Great delivery, header wide.
Well, Adam Nditi gets and Bobby Devine to come off the line and find the areas that can cause even bigger problems.
Pogba gets through a couple of challenges, but can't get through Nathaniel Chalobah at that end. Clipped in by Keane. Header's a dangerous one. It's an absolute gift for Will Keane, and Chelsea get away with it. He's missed his kick a few yards out.
Yeah, bad communication at the back as well. Nathaniel Chalobah really struggling for this header. He's got Callas behind him. All he's got to do is call and say, mine. Will be a corner for Chelsea, which all the big guns are going up. And as in previous corners, Manchester United got absolutely everybody back.
Saville takes. Good header, all the way in! It's two for Chelsea and for Chalobah, and at the shed end they are celebrating, but not in that little red corner, they're not.
I'll tell you what, it's a decent ball in, because we always talk about missing the first man out and putting some pace on it, but he's made a super run to get over his marker. He's attacked the ball, nice and positive. I think he's got a bit of good fortune, because he's just steered it goalwards, but it's gone in the top corner. You don't keep those out, even if you stood on the goalpost, which Manchester United have a man. They can't keep it out, and it's 2-0 to Chelsea.
Unsavable. A loopy one and a brilliant one, and the lead is doubled, and the centre-back has 2 4 Youth Cup goals for a centre-half. He was central midfield, actually, for one.
A good thing, but this is a two-legged game, which we know there's a long way to go, but great start for Chelsea.
Rowan Ince to Nditi. Vlahovic turns and shoots, and shoots over, but it's one-way traffic at the moment.
I'll tell you what, I knew what he's going to do here, Milan. Obviously he's going to come back inside.
Saville's header. Eyes on the referee. We've passed our 1 minute. Still there's time apparently for United to attack here with Jesse Lingard. Need to see this one out. Trouble here. Ryan Tunnicliffe trying to make room for the shot. He does shoot. Well caught, Jamal Blackman. Thank goodness he did. 90 seconds into added time now. That added time is over so far.
Play with that air of confidence that we know that the lads have played with in the first half.
That's 85 I just saw there. Dermot Drummond. He'll work with everyone under 18 level. This is a strong looking run, but it's brought to a halt. This is now Giuliano Van Velsen. Good shot and a good save too from Jamal Blackman. That looked like, we haven't got the best angle, but it looked like it was heading for the top corner or somewhere near.
It certainly looked like it.
Callas does the defending. That's the one that had Beckham and Button, Gillespie and Scholes in it. And on their bench at very young Phil Neville and Robbie Savage as well. Here's full Pogba, another spin. Second one of those we've seen from him. Good hit as well. What a hit. Fingertips from Blackman. It's a corner. Pogba is dangerous. We know that. Here's further proof.
Super skills, isn't it? Really does well to get himself away from the first challenge coming in from George Saville, and he sees the space. Good drive, a little bit of movement in it as well. Jamal's done the right thing there. Thankfully he's a tall guy and just helped the ball over the crossbar. Good decision by the goalkeeper.
Super hit from Paul Pogba. Ronald Cole over the corner. Manchester United far more purposefully in this second half. Great chance, and they've got one back. Jesse Lingard's roofed it. Not well defended at all. Game on. Tie well back on.
Well, again, we said about Manchester United being a lot brighter in this second half and showing what they're capable of. When you see a corner delivered in like this, lots of bodies again. Jamal doesn't get here. He's nowhere near it. He comes, he goes back. And again, you talk about the ball falling to one of your players. Again, a little bit fortunate, perhaps, as we were with Nathaniel Chalobah in the first half, but it dropped him quite nicely to ram into the back of the net. United have had the same scenario, but just gone off the passing and given Manchester United the
opportunity. The clearing header. Saville's dummy. Looked like he might have been caught by Pogba, but the break is on here. Van Velsen to Larnell Cole. It's 4-on-3 at the moment. United trying to make something of it, and Keane's finishes powder puff, and thank goodness for that.
That's a poor finish in the end, but it's a good break by United. 4 against 3, and we're under pressure. I'm not too sure what George is thinking of when he tries to dummy a ball that's got no pace in it. I think when you let the ball run, you obviously know the guy's behind you, but it's got to have pace on the ball to actually get there.
Thorpe stepping up. United are first to everything.
Yeah,
right.
We've got to get our passings poor.
Pogba from distance. What hit! He has got some rocket power in those boots, hasn't he?
Last few minutes to suggest that any injury or knock that they've had is not a problem. The one I would worry about is Bobby Devine. I think Conte looks fine.
Here he goes. How's the cross? Oh, it's dangerous! Devine, it must be! It is! 3-1! Bobby Devine with a tap-in, you beauty!
Well, all of a sudden we've put 4 or 5 passes together down that left-hand flank. A great overlapping play. You've got to say by Dean Conte, just as we talk about as he recovered from his injury. What a good run this is. Takes on the defender, gets a super ball across. They don't deal with it. It runs free. And Bobby Devine slides it into the back of an open net. Good tidy finish. He still could have missed it. But he's saying that when it's delivered on a plate, that's what you do. Put it in the back of the net. And we needed that then.
Big one for his team there. On an individual front, I'm pleased for him because he's had one of the best games I've seen him have. And he got a big equaliser here against... I confess I rather enjoyed that. Another yellow card for George Saville. Had a couple in this Youth Cup run already. That's a good ball in. Will Keane's in there. Saved by Blackman. Point blank range. Lingard again. What a block! And the follow-up from Pogba's over the bar. Wow.
Nathaniel Chalobah's done ever so well here to block the...
Blackman comes this time and got a bit of a fist on it. It's half cleared. And as far as Ryan Tunnicliffe, it's going to come back in, and United have 6 to aim at here. And it's in. It's 3-2. The goal fest continues, and Pogba, who's looked pretty magic with his feet, has now got one with his head. Too easy.
It was a simple header, wasn't it, in the end? Nathaniel Chalobah gets sucked underneath the ball, and he's backtracking, and Pogba's a big lad. It's a super header, really, back where the ball came from, but again, you'd have to question Jamal Blackman's punch, trying to clear his lines from the initial cross. Here we see the ball into the far post. Chalobah not really getting up to challenge Pogba for the header. Simple downward header into the bottom corner. No chance then for Jamal, but his punch initially wasn't particularly good from the first corner.
Bobby Devine.
As well, he's been a bit one of those players who's caused problems for Chelsea. On the ball again.
In from McGinty. Great ball in as well. Headed clear, back for Tunnicliffe. And start the give and go, and does do that. Found himself blocked. Larnell Cole pulled it down very tightly indeed. Back to Pogba. United in a very congested central area, making it work somehow. Teeing up the chance, it's just wide. That's super football, you've got to say.
It's lovely 1 and 2 touch.